Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, Christine. Hello, hello. How's
Hi, everybody.
everybody? Hey, hey, hey. Let me do a shout out to everybody coming in tonight. There's Fried Green Tomatoes, Miss Christine, Pink Butterfly, Tammy, Melody, Sherry Hipkins, D Lucky, Melanie, Jacqueline J, Chandra, Shirley, Second to No One, Audrey, Tina Bobina, Angie, Shirley, Jody Landis, Jackie J, Tammy Howard, Audrey D, Joyce, and 7 of us. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? You doing all right, Christine?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Grandma's taking a nap, so I'm free for a little bit.
Oh, awesome. I just got done with the AWP video, and it's so sad. So sad.
Oh,
You know that they found that they had a man in that video say that he saw Kiely and a boy that describes Kylie's boyfriend at the other lake, like either the next morning or the morning after that, in her car. They had called for roadside assistance.
oh my gosh.
Yes, and he told the police and the authorities, and they have it on video as well. And her cell phone was dead, so they had to use the boy's cell phone to call in to have her battery jumped off. And he said she was acting really, really, really weird. Like
Oh,
she kept asking him how to. I think he was threatening her, and I think that she was trying to get that boy's attention by he kept asking for a seatbelt. So for any of you guys that have not went and watched that video, it's members only. It's absolutely heartbreaking. It shows where they find her. They go down and they find her, and
was she strapped in?
no, she was actually, hello, other Sharon, hello, Grandma D. She was actually tucked in the back window of the car, like her in the back window, like
Yeah.
the very, very, very back of the car. The windows
Okay.
were broke out on the passenger side, and the window on the you watched it, Spirit, Creative Spirit. The window on the driver's side was halfway rolled down. It did have
Wow.
some, it did have some like greenery on it, but hello, Morbid, hello. But they immediately, as soon as he popped up, he said foul play.
Really?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
They suspect foul play. And I'm going to show you here in a little bit the guy from AWE. Hello, Robin Redmond and Brian.
Hi, everybody.
In the hatch part is where she was the back. So how did she get in the hatch one? Because when I
Got the
watched,
hatch part?
she was very back there. What I saw was he said her feet was in the back window, and then when he went over to the side, he immediately seen her. But now let's play the clip from this is Zav Girl, so I'm gonna try to find this because he did come up there with Ryan Upchurch, and some of the things that he said from Zav Girl is very interesting. You can only see the video once. This is credit to Zav Girl. And so let me bring him up. I think this is where Ryan. It was something. Hang on. Let me find it because he comes up with Ryan Upchurch.
Now, Ryan came up recently?
Yeah, Ryan was on it earlier with him.
Was that today?
Yeah, it was today.
What if?
Yeah.
Okay.
If this is foul play.
Hang on. It was the guy Jason from AWP that came on.
Oh, okay.
Happened during that time.
Shoot. Let me find it. Hang on. Let me find Zav Girl. Credit to Zav Girl. But Jason from AWP comes on.
Manufacturers.
And this is where he talks about a lot of things. So I'm going to show you parts of it because I can't show you all of it. But it's really interesting. And he indicates foul play when they move the car out.
Wow.
Did you guys catch that? Come up, Miss Lady of Love.
I thought it kind of looked like foul play to me, but
yeah. So I'm gonna have to credit to Zav Girl on this. I think I'm gonna speed it up a little bit so I don't get a. Let me flash the old
allegedly.
well, not just the allegedly, but the
Fair Use Act.
Fair Use Act up there.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, Lady of Love.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi, Christine. Good to see you.
So did you watch Lady of Love? Did you watch Zav Girl?
Yes, I watched all that too.
Hello, Real Sunflower. Hello, Jesse. Hello, Frankie. What do you think about it?
I sent you the timestamp when he actually comes up on there.
Oh, yeah. I got it here. Thank you. Do you think it's interesting what he said?
Oh, he dropped some things. Yeah, it's definitely most interesting.
Mm-hmm. And if you watch the video from AWP, they say foul play right from the beginning when they pop up.
Yeah, and he said they wouldn't have put that out there unless they didn't think that.
Yeah. What do you think about the guy that said he's seen her before, the day after?
He works for a tow truck company, so they have camera footage of that. They record the front of the vehicle and the back of the vehicle. So, and he also said it will pick up all the talking on the outside of the vehicle, so they'll hear the whole conversation too.
And he said that the girl that was supposed to have been Kiely, that her phone was dead, and that the boy had to call from his phone. So
yeah. So that tells you, and then AWP kind of confirms some other things on there too. But that definitely tells you that she's saying right off the bat that it was her phone and she had to use his, so her phone wasn't working.
Right.
It was dead.
and he said that she kept trying to get him to show him how to properly buckle up a seatbelt. Why?
Yeah,
Was he trying to signal him somehow? She didn't
she
want him to
definitely
leave.
was. She was trying to signal him, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're in a bad situation, is kind of do weird things like that to kind of raise red flags.
Yeah.
And even the fact that they weren't even standing on the same side of the vehicle. He would go on one side, she was on the other, and then when he came close, she would go on the other side of the vehicle. So that tells you she was uncomfortable, and she was trying to tell him something. He just didn't catch on right away.
He wasn't catching on that she was in trouble.
No. And the car was in neutral, and that's why it wouldn't start. So I think she purposely did that because she was in a situation to say, hey, I can't leave because my car won't start.
Right.
That's what you would do. I mean, that's a smart thing to do.
Right. But he had her, in my opinion, he had her holding her captive, and finally he just got scared, and I think he did away with her. And I think that the cops, in my opinion, I think law enforcement knows this.
Yeah, well, this guy in the company apparently sent everything over, so they're still going through their leads though, so they're just now probably getting the process of dealing with that part of it. And that's what AWP here says about that too.
Right.
This was very interesting.
It is very interesting. This is credit to Zav Girl, but if you haven't watched AWP's, go become a member and watch that. You will cry your eyes out. I cried. It was sad, especially when he was standing there with the dad and the grandpa, and they were asking, hey, Don B, how are you? Come up, Don B, if you want to. Doug was communicating with Jared. Yeah. Come up, Don B. Welcome. But yeah, it's very sad. And I went ahead and become a member because they're awesome people. And I suggest subbing up to them. I suggest supporting them in any way. And I do think he's going to get the Hellcat from Ryan. I really do, because he told Ryan to hit him up. So I think they're going to work something out there.
Yeah, because Ryan said if they didn't want the Hellcat, that he would give them the money that he paid for the Hellcat.
Right.
So that's good. And he did say on that they would graciously accept, donations.
Right.
Like that.
Ryan is very invested in this case. Very, very invested in this case. So I'm going to play some of this on Zav Girl, okay?
We showed it on video now, but we did make an immediate
It's
phone call to the detectives as well to verify this. Now, the thing is that you have multiple people taking these tips from 2 different counties and 18 different agencies. And so while the detective that we made contact with immediately on the spot while Nick the tow truck driver
Hey,
with us that
Don,
night.
how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Did you get to watch this, the AWP video of what they released about the guy that seen her a couple of days with another guy there?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to jump on here and talk about. Are they saying the tow truck driver seen them the morning of the party or the morning after the party?
He said it was either Saturday or Sunday. I caught that in.
And then in this video, he's going to clarify that they went back and looked in the footage, and it definitely was Saturday. He'll say that in here too.
Saturday, was that the day after the party?
Yep, that was the day after the party. So it would have been 11:30 on Saturday that they called for battery service.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said the girl's phone was dead. And like we said, have you seen Zav Girl here? It's just a few minutes. I don't know if you want to watch it, Don.
Well, I've been over there. I've been over there watching it.
Have you?
Yeah.
So he does add a lot more to this.
That's Jason from AWP goes on there and he clarifies a lot of stuff. So
yeah, Jared there.
And he's sure that this was Kiely.
When did Kylie's phone? What time? What date and time was her phone last pinged?
Her last ping was Saturday early morning, 12:33 a.m. So this would have been after that, and she does tell the tow truck driver that she had to call with the guy's phone because her phone is completely dead.
Right, and I caught this too. Real Sunflower said
dead, that means that she was at his mercy completely.
Yep, she was. They called the girlfriend of the tow driver, and she said she knows it was Saturday because it was her dad's birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, they said that too.
Yeah, I heard her say that too. So it was
Oh,
confirmed Saturday when they seen Kiely at the other lake
But
beside
he's
across
sure
her.
that it's Kiely and not somebody else.
Yeah, because
okay.
they have the vehicle on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My question is, wasn't everybody looking for her that day?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, but they were at Buka Reservoir, which is the reservoir next to that. So
What?
they weren't out looking for her. I know the family was, and the friends were at the reservoir, Placer Reservoir, looking for Kiely. But I don't know what time they started going around to look at other areas like Boca, and I'm pretty sure that the police weren't involved until later.
Yeah, Lady of Love was there. She's boots on the ground. She was there Saturday, right?
Yeah, this past Saturday I went there.
Yeah. So she knows the area, and she showed me lots. Like, them roads are horrible. Like, she would have had to, like, there's huge dips in them and everything.
She would have wrecked if she was parked at the party place. She would have wrecked way prior to going into that water, unless she was parked on the actual bank. But now, if this story, when LE goes through this story and they talk about this and confirm all of that and find the person that was with Kiely that day, then yeah, that's going to change a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
So
and
this
the
guy
boy-
hasn't came forward yet.
oh,
No.
Yeah, he said he went to the police.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
The
His
guy
name
that
is
seen her,
Nick.
yeah.
Yeah, his name is Nick, and he went to the police first.
The boy
And-
that was with her?
Okay,
said
so
that-
we all
Well,
know who they're talking about.
Yeah,
Well,
we all know who they're
Rob's the
talking about. They say
boyfriend.
it. They
Mhm.
say it without saying it.
Yep.
Okay.
But
He
I
doesn't-
mean, we all come on, connect the dots.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
so
so much more
we're gonna
about
keep
it.
we're gonna keep an eye on that feller for the next couple days.
Did you
Get him,
see
Don. Get him.
where the one window was busted out? One of them was down. She could have got out of that car.
So I have the notes too because I was watching that because he does come out when the diver, I think his name is Nick too. When he comes out of the water and he's talking to the dad, he misspoke and said, he said that. Let me find my exact notes. So he made a mistake and said driver rear window was down, passenger rear halfway down. But in the footage, it actually shows that they go to the driver's side first. The driver's side window is fully intact, the mirror is intact, and then he goes to the rear of the driver's side, and it's halfway down. And then he goes, and he's looking for the body because he could see partway, and then he had to go to the back and then to the other side window in the very back on the passenger side, and he confirms that she's in there. And then that window in the back side on the passenger side is intact and up, and then he said in the footage underwater that the front window was busted out.
Right.
So
Wow.
I wonder if somebody got into a fight and tried to bust out the window. Because once your vehicle submerges in water, the pressure from the water, it's kind of hard to break the window.
yeah.
What I don't understand is why they didn't find it. Was it not there when they looked? That
That is another possibility because
I-
did they wait until they searched that area first and then put her in there?
No, that entire lake from the day they started searching.
Uh-huh.
If they'd have seen a silver CRV drive down that boat ramp was probably, that whole entire reservoir was probably filled with law enforcement, searchers.
Yeah, but at nighttime,
If someone's seen a silver CRV in that area, they'd have flipped their crap. So I don't think that CRV was put there after they started searching.
yeah. It's hard. It's going to be hard to tell, but they'll know by the black box exactly when that car entered that water. And that happened because,
Yeah.
you know, windows being broken and the
Hey,
window
someone
could have,
mentioned, I done an experiment with my CRV today.
yeah, oh, the other one? You did another one?
No, I done someone mentioned that you cannot start it if it's in neutral.
Huh.
Yeah, you
I don't
can't
know.
Have y'all
start
heard
it.
that?
That's right. You can't start it when it's neutral. And that's why her car wouldn't start when the tow company went
I
there.
wish I could go out there and show you, but guess what I done?
What'd you
What'd
do?
you do?
I started my CRV in neutral.
But what year is your CRV?
2003.
That's the difference probably is because hers is 2013.
Here, have you
Oh.
seen these, Dawn? Where she got these shots from before he deleted it. This is the PI and what he has to say. Have you seen these?
Let's see. I agree with
He's-
you that Sammy and Kiely were very.
Highly were close though. In fact, they have been on vacation together less than 2 weeks before Kiely went missing. So that's talking about Mags and Kiely. But there's a lot of good. Let me go back and see if I can. There's where. Let me go
Yeah,
back.
there's a lot because he went through and deleted all of those.
Yeah, these
the
are
PI
deleted
did.
ones. It's really interesting. He put, I don't know if I agree. Mags, Kiely, and Mags' mom had just arrived back from vacation in Mexico. And from what I understand, it went really well. I doubt Mags is involved if anyone's involved. It gets interested. Then he says here, no, in fact, when we saw the video they shot, didn't show what gear the vehicle was in. We asked about going back down. Doug from AWP said, we only find the vehicles. Everything from there out is investigation, and we don't touch anything. Keep in mind, this is not a cold case. And then here he goes. He's got a lot of, he, he's just answering questions here. He says, I too think there likely could be foul play involved. This is the PI. From what I've seen, I know most do not want that to be the case. I don't want that to be the case. But not everything adds up, and there are a couple huge things outside of Prosser being investigated. It's going to take time. Outside of Prosser.
See? Now I'm telling you right here, I think he's talking about this tow truck guy now that we're reading that again.
That's what I was thinking too.
That was at Boca, and that's the reason why AWP went over to search Boca first, and the PI was aware of that.
Right. And then he put, that's fine. If I have many questions, so does the family. Things don't add up, but that account was saying the windows was a fact. But that account was saying the windows was fact. That is nowhere in my SM post. I have 5 edits or something. And then
Yeah, he was correcting me on that one because I said that somebody had said that the windows were up and intact except for, you know, the back window that was halfway down, and he was correcting me on that.
and this one he said, I cannot give details, but I can assure you all the windows were not up when it was found, which was confirmed today or last night when they put it. It's safe to assume at least one window was down before the car was touched underwater. That's all I can say. So there was one window down before.
So
then,
when they found the car, he was confirming that that back window was halfway down.
And then he said AWP was never in the crime scene. They were told to move their equipment out and they were not allowed back inside. They went across the lake. It was only law enforcement inside the yellow tape, besides the grandfather and myself. LE divers rolled the car and did a video. No bags used. And then he put again, AWP was not allowed to enter the water once Ellie arrived. They didn't do any of that. A female and a male diver from Pacer County went into the water and did a full video. Then it went from there. Now look at this, Don. Now this is what's interesting right here. I'm told 75 kids did show up for those teen to teen meetings. Although Sammy should not have diverted those leads to herself and made promises. I think she was outsmarted. I won't say more than that until the investigation is complete. Then I will tell the story. So she was making promises and stuff at these team meetings, and they must have had an investigator in there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can take from is they had probably a decoy in there posing as like a teen or.
Well, there was cops there.
Well, this teen to teen meetings, according to Sammy, was no police, no parents, just teen to teen. So they were fully aware of what she was doing. So I'm thinking they had somebody go in there with her just by his comments there.
When she's doing that video, when she's in that video at the campsite with the microphone, and you see all them people behind her.
Yep.
Lean on me, Christine.
There is a cop. There's 2 cops back there.
Lean on me. Read her comment.
That wasn't the actual teen to teen meeting though. They were announcing it, right?
She was saying, "Come talk to me. I am in direct contact with deputies, the FBI." And while she was saying that, you can see these 2 cops behind them people behind her walk over to a tree, behind a tree.
Well, I know that they also had some at the community service center, the community, it's a community building. They also had some there too. So they were having some at different locations. It wasn't all in one location. So that one might've been outside and then others were held indoors. But yeah, I'm sure that they were in there because they were well aware she was trying to pull.
I wonder what kind of promises Sammy was making though.
And why is she making these kind of promises? That to me is very suspicious.
AWP is confirmed a lot here. There's more here too that he says. And then here he says, this is where it's showing.
Yeah, those ones he was just confirming. He doesn't think that they were in that side parked down there because it's really muddy down there. Not only that's a lot harder to get down there. That was another spot I couldn't get my car to unless you go all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to verify to make sure that I'm trying my best to make sure everybody coming out with information in this is legit.
Yeah,
close to legit. It's like that private investigator. What's his name?
This guy here. That's him.
Well, a lot of people are saying stuff about him, but he is Kiely's family's PI. He works for them. That's what he's doing.
This is him here on Twitter, Dawn.
Does he have a California investigation license?
He has a license. He has a license in another state, but he is allowed to come to California and still do his PI work.
Yeah.
He already put that. He put all that information out on Twitter at one point.
Okay. What state is he out of?
I don't know that for sure. That you would have to go back to his Twitter and look at that one. I didn't catch that one. I was trying to catch all the little tidbits.
Carlo. We did.
I was trying to catch all of his little tidbits that he was putting out, this information, because what was happening was people were provoking him to say things. Mm-hmm. And so with him getting upset at people, which you shouldn't do on social media, but he was doing that. So he at one point I was talking to him and then other people started getting into the conversation. And then I just started taking screenshots because he was answering me and then he would answer other people. Well, later he deleted all of this. So luckily I got all the screenshots. So.
Okay, because I tried to look him up in the San Francisco. So I thought, because SF Investigates, I thought he was based out of San Francisco.
No, his last name starts with an F. It's Steve. I don't remember exactly his last name, but it's Steve F.
Yeah, Miss Lady Love only lives like, 2 hours from Truckee?
Yeah. I'm a little less than 2 hours away. But he was there the entire time doing the drone footage and searching. He went and searched the ponds. He searched the reservoir. He searched Donner Lake. And I believe he was working on Donner when they found Kiely. Or no, he was still at Placer.
Yeah.
No. Was he still at Placer? Anyways, on his Twitter, he was posting all of this, the drone footage, and people can go, and the police that even were using his drone footage and go in and look into the drone footage to see if they can find it. Yeah, you can see this one.
This is his drone footage that he found after they found her. You can see the car in this. Yeah,
and viewers watched his thing because that's what he says. He's out there. He's out there searching, and he can't view the stuff while he's actively searching. So he was posting it so the law enforcement can watch his drone footage, or the viewers, and if they see anything, they can point it out. And that's what happened here. Was somebody pointed it out in his video he posted, and this was prior to her. This was the day before she was found. She was in that footage.
Right.
Now, what
you can see it.
What relevant information does the SF investigator have in this investigation?
A lot. He was there with them.
Well, just by his personal experience, and then being the PI for, he's really close with Kiely's dad and grandpa.
Yeah, and he has a lot of good points here. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I was, he's.
You talked to him, didn't you, Lady Hello?
Yeah, on social media.
Get him to come up here and talk with us?
Okay, because I was just trying to vet him, and I'm going to try to vet this tow truck driver too.
Don, if you go to his Twitter, he has posted some information because people were coming at him. And then some guy named JP was coming after him, and he actually started posting stuff to prove, and he said that as long as, he, even if he's a PI in another state, that he can still come here and do PI work for this family. I don't know what.
Oh yeah, he talks about another guy. There was another guy, not Jagger, that Kiely and Sammy had some.
Yeah.
What he put on. I honestly, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I honestly don't know exactly, although I believe the truth will come out. I know there was a guy, not Jagger, that caused some friction. I don't think it was genuine when Sammy said Kiely was single and living her best single life, or whatever the statement was. So he's indicating that there was another guy.
So Kiely was apparently seeing somebody, and that was giving, by that statement, there was some friction between Kiely and Sammy.
Hello, Misty D.
I thought
and maybe
that's at the very beginning.
And if that's true, if that proves to be true, then that could be somebody can have, what is that called? They have motive.
Yeah. He said here, I think Max was upset, but this is a life gone. I think every person at that party that saw Kiely getting into a car along with or someone owes the family a serious in-heart person felt apology and should educate other teens about the dangers of what happened. He said, the reason I give small pieces of info is not to prove I know some personal details. It's because I have informed a connection with her dad and grandpa and learned about her, and she was amazing, kind, talented, warm person. Whether foul play or accident, her loss is tragic.
And Steve is really thinking with the dad and the grandpa that there is foul play involved. And
Well,
he's been seeing that.
I got to look, and Daisy.
Yes.
Go pull up the Placer County Coroner's. Let's see, Placer County. Look up Placer County Coroner's Unit.
Oh, you're talking about the sheriff?
I got to looking at the frequently asked questions about, autopsies and stuff that they do.
Yeah.
From the time they receive the body, they are supposed to have a preliminary result, a preliminary finding or something like that in 72 hours given to the family. Cause of death. A preliminary cause of death.
So do you want me to look that up just on regular?
You don't have to, but I was just going to, if you got on there, was because they've got some really good frequently asked questions on there.
I do have something to add to that.
Okay.
So I do have something to add. For one, that since her car was found in the Prosser Lake, that is a Nevada County jurisdiction. If you look at the jurisdiction map, so now Nevada County, as soon as they found her, Nevada County took over. It's no longer Placer County. But I also want to add that both of those counties, the sheriff is also the coroner. And I just found that information too. And I
Yeah,
didn't even know that. I live in California, and I didn't even know. It says there's 46 counties in California that the sheriff acts as both the sheriff and the coroner.
Now, to cut open the body and examine it, look at the tissue, the fluids, and all that stuff,
Yeah.
that falls under the medical examiner, and that you have to have, and it tells it on one of these websites. You have to be a doctor, a physician,
Like Dr. G.
And that would be.
And you have to have a specialty in pathology. And the sheriff ain't gonna have that.
Yeah, and that would be for both counties because it's still the law, California laws.
Yeah.
You know, they would have known whether she was alive or not in that autopsy.
Yeah,
because
they'll figure it out.
Would not have had. If she would have died before she was placed in that water, it would have showed up. So they're not saying anything about that though.
So,
they're not saying it.
Are they? I'm wondering now, Dawn. Do you think that they're following protocol, in your opinion?
Who?
The police department. You're saying that they have to do that within a timely manner, right? After they find the body, to notify.
Well, it says in the frequently asked questions.
Not Shelley.
I will bet you, if I'm a betting man. When did they find Kiely?
They found her. It was Sunday.
Yeah.
And today is
Wednesday. The 31st, Wednesday.
okay. So it's only been what, 3 days?
Yeah.
I'd say any day now, the family is going to get a preliminary cause of death.
Yeah.
Her autopsy's not been released yet, they're saying.
It says on there, normally around 72 hours, they provide the family with a preliminary cause of death. Although the finalized autopsy report will not be ready for 30 to 60 days, which makes sense because it could take 4 to 6 weeks for the toxicology to come back.
Right. So.
Okay, so yeah, it was Sunday, August 21st that she was found. I just confirmed.
Hey, Tree. Hey, Frankie.
So the family may already know how she died.
Yep.
And in this little article here, it does say Nevada County Sheriff Coroner has identified the descendant of 16-year-old Kiely Rodni of Truckee.
I thought it had been over a week too.
Well, they just identified her body. That's what the coroner did.
Oh. Yeah, I thought it had been over a week since they found her. Am I wrong? When? Like, was it last Sunday or was it the Sunday? Well, it wasn't this Sunday. It was the Sunday before, right?
Oh, if it's been that long, then yeah, they definitely.
It was the Sunday before.
So let me. I'm going to look on my calendar right now.
So it's a little bit over a week.
Oh yeah, then they've already got a preliminary cause of death on her. The family does.
Yeah, 2 Sundays ago. Yeah, she was in the back.
Yeah, today's the 10th day.
Yeah, what should have got in the back hatch?
If there was foul play, though, they wouldn't release that to the public, would they?
Just the family.
Just the
family, right?
I would be interested, Don B, to learn
crazy, Lena.
learn that information about the PI and where he's at and what the laws actually are. So we have the facts.
I don't know that's true. Let me bring. Is there anything on here you wanted me to show, Don?
Is there a section on there that says frequently asked questions?
Oh, let me see.
It's probably at the bottom.
The bottom. Here's an ask question thing.
No. This is just a frequently asked questions.
Okay, let's see.
And it's got the answers to it.
Okay.
Because that's a brand new thing that they built for. Right there it is.
Right there.
Okay.
View all. See down there where it says view all? Go down.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Now read those.
Okay. Is Pacer County Sheriff's Office Coroner Unit involved in all Pacer County deaths? Why are they involved in my loved one's case? Do I click on it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, the coroner's unit is not involved in all patients' death. Only deaths that are deemed reportable to coroner's unit by California Governor Code. A variety of reasons can require coroner involvement in some capacities. Deaths as a result of homicide, suicide, accidental, and undetermined means. Death where someone has not been seen by a physician within 20 days of death. Sudden deaths where attending physicians cannot determine the cause of death. Do you want me to read any?
Right, there's one of them that tells you when they'll be. Let's see, when will I be notified when my loved one's coroner report? Number 4. Click on 4.
Okay. Will I be notified when my loved one's coroner report and cause, manner of death is finalized? The Placer County Sheriff's Office coroner unit does not typically reach out to the next of kin when a report, cause, or manner of death is finalized unless specifically requested. If you would like to receive a copy of the report, which includes the cause and manner of death, please reach out to the Placer County Sheriff's Office records, and then there's the number. Request the report when it's finalized. The record unit will notify you when it's available and being mailed to you. But where she's a minor, we're not going to be able to see that, right?
Right.
Let me scroll down more for you, Mom.
So we wouldn't hear that unless the family comes out and say that. But
Yeah.
the DI working for the dad, though, he would probably let stuff slip.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Number 13.
Number 13. Okay. Let's scroll back up a bit here. How long does it take to get Placer County coroner reports? How do I request one? Coroner reports are finalized within 30 to 60 days after the date of death. These reports may include a narrative from the deputy's original on scene at the time the death was reported, and property receipt form is an itemized list of any property taken into the sheriff's office, a toxicology report, and forensic pathology report. Copies can be requested through the Placer County Sheriff's Office Records Unit. And then there's.
And I am going to try to get a copy of her autopsy report.
That would be awesome if you could get it, Don. I don't know if they'll let you have it, but man, that'd be awesome. No, when someone is deceased, it doesn't matter if they are a minor. They still release it. Beautiful or real sunflower.
I don't know. I'm gonna try. So worst they can say is no.
Yeah.
With her being a minor, they won't release that in California.
Okay.
California.
Anybody that's underage is protected by law, so they won't release that. So unless the family comes out and says that, or says it's okay to release something, they won't.
Tell Dawn how come Brian couldn't find any information.
Because in California, you have to send a records request form. A lot of people know that, but a lot of YouTubers don't. There's other YouTubers. So you have to request. So if you want vitals information on somebody's birth, death, or marriage certificates, you have to send to the correct county. Because if you don't send to the correct county, you're going to get a letter back saying that that record doesn't exist. Somebody could take that as, oh, nobody, it's just she doesn't exist, but that's not true. You have to send it to the right county and it's right county and state. And so, you can't just look up in California and find somebody's personal information online like that.
I'm going to have to jump off here. I'm kind of waking everybody up. So.
Oh, well. Well, I appreciate you coming on here, Don.
All right.
And thank you for bringing these reports to us.
Yeah, Don, look into that for us, that the PI.
Okay.
That would be good facts to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be
Thank
keeping
you, Don.
you, Don.
Bye, Don.
Bye, Don. Bam. Bam, Don. Do bam this time.
Sweet tea with Don B. Bam.
Bam with Don B. Okay, so let's bring this back up here where
yeah, finish watching that where AWP is talking.
this is AWP and this credit going to Zav Girl, but this is Jared from AWP and he's just continuing on. Hello, Texas Brat.
Just make sure we stop and do some commentary so you can't get a strike for that.
Oh yeah. And anybody that hasn't subscribed to my channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and that like button. That just helps my channel grow and helps support my channel. I appreciate that so much. That would help out so much if you've not subscribed, I would appreciate it if you could. That just helps. I sent you an email. Okay. I'll look here after a minute, but we're going to play this by Zav Girl, okay? Because this is, I think this is kind of important. It's kind of,
and she has a lot of.
Spoke to had never heard this, this confession, this story before, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't recorded somewhere else. Remember, there was like 1,500 or 2,000 tips that came in, and they have to filter through all of them. So
exactly,
so we cannot sit here and say, well, this is completely made up story, and who is this guy just out of the blue, and there's going to be so many, conspiracy theories, as as to this.
And he's talking about the guy,
the car and floating, and if somebody's involved or not. Like I said, if somebody is, we have the entire interview, which will just be like, you're going to be blown away with that one, as well as the full interaction with Dad and Grandpa, right there at Lakeside versus what we.
I want to see that. I want to see the full interaction with Grandpa and Grandpa, which we on the video that they showed tonight, it showed them talking to him about where she was at, and you could tell they was pretty frustrated.
Yeah, they.
Go ahead. Sorry.
We hope it's not true. We hope there's nothing.
Huh?
AWP actually filmed everything, so they were kind of forced to kind of protect their own butts with letting this video out. Because it was being said that they didn't call the family and they didn't call law enforcement, but they prove otherwise. And he says if they have to prove, put the video out to prove some other things, if things keep getting pushed, they will put the whole unedited version of the video out so we would hear all of it.
Well, he said he didn't know whether or not where the mother had allegedly posted that they never notified her and they never called her after.
That was fake.
That was fake. Well, he said
somebody else came out and said that was fake. That it wasn't from her. And I tried to find it. I went to the lodge Facebook because the family has a lodge Facebook that they do. It's called the Lost Lodge, and that's their home. And they have that Facebook page. It's a tourist attraction place. Anyways, people go there and ski, but you can go on there too. But I tried to look up that Facebook that shared with that name you sent me the screenshot last night. And I could not find that Facebook anywhere on Facebook, that profile. But other people are coming out and saying that was fake. And I really don't see her mom, because her mom's a really loving person. Every time she's come out and spoke, it's been like all like more in a loving way. Yeah. Without being negative to people. So I just don't see her right now like that.
Yeah. So it could be true. All right, let's know what the heck.
Nothing more than accident, but we don't know. At this point, we're all speculating as to what's presented before us right now. In questioning whether now that it's out, and you see that Nick in the video that we put out to members today, we can now confirm, we can put it out there publicly. Yes, she was in the back of the car. Now, the question that my wife came to me is, for me, the back is the back, but my wife, said, what part of the back? Well, she wasn't in the back seat. She was in the back. Okay. And so now when you start.
So she's in the hatch part, not even in the back seat.
How is she in the hatch?
She is in the cargo area.
How did she get in there?
One scenario that he does say later is that there's sometimes when the car's going down, the last air pocket would probably be in that area. But there was window that was halfway down, and she's a very petite. So I would think that she would have been able to get out there. Plus, the window on the other side was busted. And we don't know if that window was busted when the car went in the water and the glass kind of just dissipated. But I didn't see any glass on the, on the floor in the on the roof of that being upside down like that. I didn't see any glass.
I don't know. The video actually did show, like it showed where Kiely was at. You could see through the driver's
Yeah, they blurred it out as best they could, but yeah, you can see that she was back there, and he had to go to that other side window just to verify, by her face.
Well, and also when there is a window or even two, that you get the cross current. When two windows are open, it's going to cross current, and the vehicle is going to sink quicker.
Yeah, and he explains all that on here too. He says a lot of interesting things on here.
He does.
Breaking this down, again, just speculation. Even though she is a small gal, you only have so much space.
A little space.
You also have that this car is not sinking in the same way that a car with the windows up are going to sink, which would be a 2 to 10 minute float, and then the car, drops down. You have plenty of, air in there that's going to give you time to think about how you're going to escape with putting windows down versus a window that is down, which now you have nothing trapping the air, which means the vehicle is going to go under much quicker and not.
What's the time? Jared,
by the way, that's a really cool video you put out that shows people how to get out of cars, bro. I watched that, and dude, I will never forget that knowledge.
It's very helpful.
I'm going to go in with Lash Paradise on this side and the left side on this side.
But, you do go quicker. I'm more of a science kind of person, and yeah, she would not have. There's no way if she was strapped in or anything. If she was, drugged or if anything, there's no way she would have been able to get out of there with the windows, especially cross current from two open windows.
No, and another thing is if those windows were open like that and it filling up so fast, she probably wouldn't have been able to get out of her seatbelt if she was buckled in either.
Right, exactly.
And they've explained that too, and is why you need a seatbelt cutter in your car with that little tool that they tell people to get, because it busts the window and cuts the seatbelt.
They used to have, I don't know, I can't remember what make and model, but they used to have where the seatbelts were there was like inside of the seatbelt was an actual seatbelt cutter as well. But, and I think it was only for like the driver and passenger because, you couldn't do that for the back seats because, children get strapped in there. So, but
what car there was?
To do that. I don't remember the make and model of what it was built into, but I mean, I'm sure if we Google it, we could find it. But
yeah, I know my Honda doesn't have that, but I don't have that same vehicle she had. So
that they said foul play in that video.
Oh yeah, they're saying that. Water. Another thing is in that video, if you watch the AWP video, there's two shoes that are in the back. It would be the passenger the back area there.
Yeah, he said that her shoes.
Yeah, there was a pair of shoes, and they were black, like sandals with a kind of a heel on them. So
yeah,
was she barefoot?
I don't know.
But that when I seen that, I was like, oh no.
Right.
But Don's video showed how much space you have to go from the front to the back. In that back in his video where he attempted to get in the back there and he couldn't make it. I don't know how much room is in there, but I know even in my car, it's not much room back there.
She must have started out in the back hatch.
I'm thinking so, and I'm thinking that's why they're saying foul play and why they think that.
She must have did what now?
She must have started out in the back hatch. She did.
Like somebody put her back there. That's what I think.
Wow.
Or she could have been back there when they pushed it in. If someone pushed it in, if her car was in neutral and they had to push it, she could have already been in the back hatch.
If that story turns out true, I mean, with the tow truck guy, that means that she would have been put in that water after that. And who knows when exactly that was.
Well, if the guy is right and that was Kiely, the cops had to have got the footage and the phone number of the person that called. Could they trace that back?
Yep, they can trace all the back, and he said the company has all that information. So, and
whoever
that stuff
was, because they know, the cops have to know.
Yeah,
if this is all true, they have to know.
Yeah.
So it should be something coming
He
out.
does.
20 to 30 seconds. You know, if the windows are open, the car does not have long, so you don't have much time to react at all. You're not going to get doors open. You know, the moment you end up with 4 inches of water pressure against the door, that door is not coming open.
Right.
Don't you have to wait till it sets all the way on the bottom and actually sets before you open the door?
Yeah, the entire vehicle has to be full of water, and that, and now you have to hold your breath for, you have to be able to be in the very top corner, taking that last breath, hold your breath for 2 minutes. Dude, listen, I can only hold my breath for like 20 seconds. So
right.
For me, if I relied on waiting for a car to completely fill with water and escape, I would not make not make it out.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of that, Jared, yesterday when we played some videos, and one of the things was wait till the water for the buoyancy level, and everyone's like, no, AWP says do not do that. Don't wait. Don't wait.
Well, same thing with the headrest. How many headrests don't even come off, or what if the top of the car is smashed, or we've even taken the headrest and tried to, the headrest, as well as another tip is, grab your visor and break it off. Well, first of all, it's really difficult to get the visor off. We showed it in one of the videos, as well as using it and just trying to get out the window. Don't rely on that. I mean, you do need to get yourself, an emergency, window breaker tool. I'm not here to sell them. We don't even have them on the website right now. And the reason for that is we have a unscrupulous competitor that actually has them off of line right now. We're going through litigation with them. So anyway, we're going to end up having them back online, and we're going through that. We have a meeting with a Shopify litigation team on Friday, but this has been an ongoing thing with him. He's a terrible guy. It is what it is. In the end, but in the end, one of the things you'll see, I won't state who he is. I won't say his name or his company. In the same way that we're still, even those people that we dislike and hate, or those that we protect at times, we just simply don't throw people under the bus.
Yeah,
hey, Jared, can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
First of all, you're awesome. And would you be able to comment on the verification of the tow truck driver dash cam at all?
So the footage of that one was locked up by his company. And so the moment that it was made known that this might be a part of something, they just locked it down. He does not, because it's not his company. It wasn't his. He doesn't own the truck. It's now in the database cloud somewhere. But everybody is aware of that, and the law enforcement is following up on that. So we do not have it. He does not have it.
Okay. So
but what I
need a warrant to get it.
What I can say and touch on this is that, and this will be in our full released unedited interview if it goes this direction. But let me just say it here: is that Nick thought that this was so odd that once he was done with the call, he pulled down the road, pulled over, called his girlfriend, and he told her what had happened. So this is where we now have her story, and she was there as well, that you didn't see her on camera at that moment in time, but we do have her on camera as well, that she collaborates his story as to he was there and how odd this was. And she remembers the day because it was her dad's birthday, so she does not forget that it was Saturday.
Wow.
So that's very interesting.
Huh?
That is very interesting too.
Yeah, they confirmed that it was on a Saturday. That he thought it was odd to stop it. Why didn't he call the police? If he thought it was acting strange and acting weird, why didn't he just give a tip to the? Let me tell you a little story. I was going through the drive-thru at a bank in my old town, right? I looked up. I went not the drive-thru, but I was going through the ATM at a bank in my old town. I looked up, and the teller was staring at me like, "Help me!" And there was a man standing, looking straight at me, and it scared me. And so I started to call the police, but I got scared, thinking, "Oh well, if it was something, then I'll get in trouble if I did false." And I seen that there were people going in. Come to find out, it was a real robbery.
Oh my goodness!
And I got scared and didn't call the police because I thought I would get in trouble. If you see something, say something.
Yeah, and
it was a real robbery.
AW does kind of say that in their video that in that situation, like they do run across a lot of weird people like that.
Mhm.
So, but you can tell by us being mama bears, you can tell that she was trying to signify that she needed help.
Right.
Something was wrong. And especially when
he didn't just plain ask her,
want
are
him
you
to
okay?
leave.
Is there something wrong?
especially if he was helping with the seatbelt and the guy was on the other side of the car, I would have asked her, do you need help?
Right.
Right, because
Yeah.
she didn't want him to leave. That's why she kept saying, well, can you show me the seatbelt? Can you show me the seatbelt? How doofus was this guy? I mean, I hate to, that's mean. I shouldn't have said that. But really, it should have clicked. Like,
Well,
she
you know,
keep me here for a reason. And it did when he got down the road, but I guess he didn't realize.
you know, they need to train. These companies need to train their employees to be looking for stuff like this, when especially when it comes to altercations and stuff
It
like
is
that.
that
Because,
girl's video.
yeah,
This is Zev girl's video. They was
and
on tonight.
people can go over there and sub up too, because she does always share really good information as well.
Yeah.
And there's other stuff in this video that they go over that before AWP goes on there that was really interesting as well. So I would go watch the whole video.
And go become a member of AWP and watch that video. You'll cry your eyes out.
And AWP only puts it because that's how they put it behind a paywall at first, so the members have more, so the members can have first look, and that's just out of respect for your members. But it's also that money that they're getting goes towards helping another family finding another loved one. So people need to realize that too. They didn't just put this behind a paywall to just gain money from it.
Right. But I wonder, I don't know. I don't think it was Jagger. I think it was some other guy, because that guy mentioned it. The PI mentioned it. I don't think
he said it wasn't Jagger. He said it was somebody else.
There was someone else, that she was not single.
Oh,
that she
no.
was somebody else.
But you know what that tells me? He was just saying that she was seeing somebody else. So that gives, if it turns out to be Jagger, that gives him motive to do what this is going on. He didn't want her to see somebody else, correct? And a lot of people have been saying that this whole time.
And he posted that video too, didn't he?
Yeah. That would be motive. And plus he was giving himself an alibi early on. And they do say, this is their description of the guy. I wrote it down. So people that hasn't seen it, let me read it really quick.
He didn't know about Kiely at the time he arrived at the car. Yeah, he didn't know about her. I know. I shouldn't probably said that, but
no, he didn't realize until he went to a coffee shop a week later and seen her picture and the vehicle, and then it clicked.
But he felt unsettled enough to call his girlfriend and tell her that it was weird.
Yeah, but it was probably too late. They were already gone. So he didn't, but they do in those jobs, and we know that even Daisy is working with nursing, that you just come across some weird people like that sometimes.
That's true.
So he said there's a guy there that was wearing a black SF flat top ball cap facing forward. He had brown hair that was sticking out on the sides, but he does say a little on the sides. So that tells, if he was speaking about Jagger, wouldn't he say he had long hair? Because Jagger hair goes all the way down to his, halfway down his neck. It's not just a little bit sticking out from his cap, like he says, unless he just misspoke.
Right. But
he said
the video footage be able to get him on there from the truck.
Yes, he'll have the video. Plus, he said that they can hear the conversation because it records the sounds outside the vehicle as well.
Right.
But he said they both were acting uneasy, like they had a crazy night or a crazy day. He said the guy was thin built, wearing a white bro tank, which is the white, I'm guessing the bro tank is that the what we used to call like wife beaters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, he said he had some freckles, or it may have been some pimples on both sides of the face, or he said acne. So, yeah, so the only thing, it does fit Jagger, because I know in Jagger's video with Kate with the news, he was taller than Kate. I don't know how tall Kate is, but it just says he's a taller person, correct? And he is thin built. The only thing that doesn't match up is the hair for me.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And it doesn't look like he has acne, but I don't know about like.
Yeah, you can't tell because social media, we have all these filters, so it's so hard to tell if he does.
It just depends, though. Also, I mean, people's perspective of long hair are different, you know.
Well, the fact that he said it was sticking out on the sides a little bit. He didn't say he had a full head of hair that was hanging down his neck. But could somebody have the hair up, up in the cap a little to kind of hide it? Absolutely.
Yeah. And he also said that, hello, JPL. He also said that, please play the video and listen close to what Jared is saying. In a minute, he sips his water. Okay.
We're getting there.
I'm almost willing to bet that the girl wasn't even Kiely. I'm willing to bet that Kiely was unfortunately already back of the truck. I don't know. They'll be able to tell, though. Law enforcement should be able to confirm or not confirm that.
But in Jagger's video where he's talking to them in his news video, he is wearing a black SF hat that does have the flat bill on it. So he does match the description.
But that was for sure her vehicle.
Yeah, he says because they confirmed that with him later. They just didn't put that on the video. He's going to say that right now too. He's going to explain that. But just so chat knows that Daisy has to stop the video every once in a while when we talk, because if you don't, we can get a strike for showing the whole video like that.
Right. Yeah. And see, when you're a tow truck driver, if they come to help you do anything, they have to write down the license plate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they have it on camera too. So.
Yeah, and they called from the guy's phone, not from Kiely's phone.
Yeah, it's her.
Yeah.
Kiely said hers was dead.
Let me get my bail.
Close your ears.
Well, damn, I can't.
Hold your ears, lady of love. Hold your ears. We're getting ready to get a bell going.
Let me see. Thank you, Heather. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you.
Thank
if
you,
the
Heather.
roadside assistant guy didn't run into her until 21 a.m. to 12 p.m. Saturday, the 6th, Kiely wasn't missing yet. Her mom was filing the missing persons report on her. Thank you for that, Heather.
Yeah. Thank you, Heather, for supporting the channel.
Thank you so much for that. Ryan, go ahead.
I'm reading on my notes that it was 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Okay. I'm going to play this if people wants to.
Now, but again, I mean, I don't know Nick from, anybody. I don't have any reason to, discredit or think otherwise. And don't say, don't hold this, as the golden, the golden law here. As 100% true, as 100% truth or fact. I don't know, until more information comes out or something happens that can collaborate and verify this. We're just saying what has been passed on to us. And so, we, in the edit, you saw we were very, respectful, blurred out certain things, and we left out a lot to not point fingers, not to speculate, but to simply bring more information out there to release our video because, as you guys know, there was whether it was a fake account or whether it was a real account, we started to get thrown under the bus, and we just let the video, speak for itself. That's what we do.
Exactly. And that's what I told everybody. I was like, listen, y'all can see, I've been on here for 10 years, bro. I've had fake profiles of me. I've been scammed a million times. And I was like, you guys really have to watch out for what some of these accounts are pushing. I was like, look, this account right here is saying, Ryan, why are you saying that AWP is lying? I'm like, well, show me a video of me saying AWP is lying. I said, bro, they go everywhere. They don't know everyone everywhere they go. So, yeah.
I'm glad you guys got to meet, though, because I was like, at first it was about the Hellcat. And I was like, are you guys going to take the money for the Hellcat? And now I just want, you guys have brought so much light to Kiely, and whether people agree or disagree with one side or another, we're all just truth seekers here, right? And we're just trying to do the best we can and put the pieces together. We adore you. Jared, I just want to say something. We have been like promoting you guys after we had something, we had a guest on, we've had a guest on for a long time who put you down, we felt really bad about it. And you probably know the PI that we're talking about. So
we've learned to simply not respond to trolls and haters online, and
thank you.
It is what it is. So in the end, the truth comes out, and we are who we are. So like us or hate us, in the end, I don't care. Ryan doesn't care either. I've seen a couple of his videos.
That's a tiny percentage of people.
I know, that's what I love about Ryan. He don't care about anything.
In the end, we're here to do. We're here to find out the where. We're not here. We are not here to find out the who or the how.
Exactly.
We did our job, and then we moved on to the next one.
Can you answer what gear the car was in, or can't you answer?
So while our team did not specifically look at what gear it was, you can see in the video that the wheels are turning, which would indicate that the vehicle is in neutral.
Otherwise, that mug would have went.
Wow.
So yeah, that's very interesting too. Cracking Cases is here.
Are we paused?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, yeah. I'm here. I'm sorry. I was going to say, I said, hey, Cam. I seen Cam in here, and that's what I was going to say hi. But I paused it for just a minute to say hi to Cam. And we're doing good. You want to come up and talk about this case if you want to?
Now, I wonder so the divers, they found it, but actually law enforcement is the one who's brought the vehicle up, right? They hooked it up and brought it up.
Correct. So that's how the damage happened to that mirror, because in their video it shows that the one window was busted, but the passenger side window, or driver's side window, was intact, and then the mirrors could also be seen in that footage as being intact. So it looks like law enforcement, when they were rolling over, is when that other damage happened.
Oh,
she was found in the hatchback, y'all. She wasn't found in the back seat. She was found in the hatchback.
Yeah.
If you watch
that would be a very difficult thing to get. If she was in, even if she was in the back seat, I mean, I don't know. It would be hard to get back there in that hatchback.
Yeah,
area.
you don't have very much space to get through there. Even in my car, I couldn't do it. But her car is the CRV. But I know Don's video. Don B did that video, and he doesn't have that much space in there either, and he got stuck. She's a tiny, but I still don't know how possible it would be for her to do that in the back.
Right.
Yeah, she had to have started off that way.
And I think that's why they're saying.
For anybody that is joining us, AWP released a video last night where Kiely, there was a tow truck driver said that he was called to another lake beside of this lake where he met up with Kiely. He said it was Kiely and another young man, and to jump her car off. And they did get it on video, and it was the day after Kiely was reported, or the day that she was reported missing, right?
Yeah, it was a tow truck driver was doing roadside service for a battery call. So he was going there to fix to see what the issue was with the battery. And then they found out that her car was in neutral that whole time. Yeah.
And they immediately, it shows footage of the guy coming up out of the water saying that it's foul play. The window was broken out on the passenger side, and one of the windows was down, halfway down.
Yeah, the halfway down one was on the that was the passenger side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the driver's side window was intact until they did the rollover. And then when it came up, it was busted out too.
It's very sad. They showed actually the footage of her in the car, but they just blurred it out, like them going through that. Did you see it, Cam?
So sad.
I think I was live when they were doing that.
Hey, Cam.
Hey, how are y'all?
Yeah, that's why I didn't go watch Cam's video yet.
It's pretty good. I thought we did some pretty unheard stuff tonight. Like I'll lay it all out there. Now I'm tired of it. Tired of the games.
Yeah.
So Cam was going to go release all of his, a bunch of information to see if anything would be pertinent, right?
Well, see, this is my plan. Like, if they don't want to take it seriously, we've tried to report it. We've tried to email them. We've tried to get them to call us back. They went over tonight. There's something that we found that I'd never spoke of that was very important. Took police 3 days to go get it. If that's not negligence, I don't know what it is.
It's Hawkins County.
Yeah. So I'm going to release everything I got. Maybe somebody that can help will hear it.
Yeah. Are you talking about? Go ahead.
We'll have to go hear his video too, because he put out information today in a video.
Christine,
I was in chat. I was in chat, Cam.
You was going to tell Cam something, weren't you?
Do what?
I told Christine she had to tell you something about what was it she was going to tell Cam?
Oh, I was just going to ask him if he ever, did you all ever get to go back there on Limestone Branch? There's actually 2 clearings back there, and it looks like there's a well in each of those clearings. It looks like to me. Have you ever went back there on Limestone?
I mean, the only
So
way I
Carlos
would
was
know
found with a gray hoodie. Go ahead. Sorry.
I said the only way I know to get back there is just to go, and then they tell me to leave because I've tried to get permission, and nobody will give us a call back. So,
because that's private property, right?
Yeah, I've had permission for lots of private property, but there's certain ones that you can't get any answer back.
Doesn't the Lights own that property?
Lights and Dykes own everything.
Well, and I think it's one of the Lights that actually is on there. That deed is passed away right now, right? I mean, they're passed away, and I don't know if
maybe
that's the only name I see on it.
I'm sure there's enough caretakers in the family though that could.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just sick of it, man. I'm sick of I call Ronnie Lawson. I said, just because your name has law in it does not mean that you know everything, and you are not just the law, son.
You told him that?
That's what I've been saying on my videos. I know he watches them too. He hates me.
I think a lot of people are at their wits' end with the Summer Wells case. They want to see some movement.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm putting it all out there. I have a PI that I've been talking to out of Utah that might be coming in to look at some stuff, and it's too many people feel like it's a competition. Like, well, I know this and I know that are involved in actually searching for Summer. I'm like, when I was helping them search, I was like, look, guys, I will go in between y'all and tell everything that I know to each other just so we're all on the same page, because it's about
it needs to be on a team. It needs to be a team effort. Get it done.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this stupid.
And Cam, I told you, if you want to put a search party together, I'll go with you. I
thought about doing it, and then I know what they're going to do, though.
I do think something might be getting ready to happen, though. That's all I can say. Something might be getting ready to happen with that case.
I hope so.
Well, we know the court with the boys and stuff is coming up, and then Dawn's going to be released. I really think that I think
it's going to be after the court case.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. I can't say no more.
Well, you're going to get yourself a trip.
If we think about it, though, if we really think about it, there's pretty much four cases linked together, right? There's Summer's case, the boys' case. There's missing the aunt.
Rose.
Yeah, Rose. And then who's the other one? I said Summer, the boys, Rose. Oh, and the sister's case. All these are linked. And a lot of people don't know that the sister's case is under Summer Wells' case number. It's the same number.
The sister's case. What do you mean?
Wow.
Rose's
Yeah,
case or
the Utah case against the SA against Don Wells is part of Summer's case, and a lot of people don't understand that.
Okay.
How?
It's under the same, and there's 2 people that dropped that information
How would that be though?
because that information come forward because of Summer's case. So they're
Right,
linking
but
that.
It's 2 different states, so unless the
I think
feds
it's next
pick
month,
it up.
Bailey.
Well, the FBI.
Right, but what I'm saying is, like, if this is only, I better not go there.
So anything that happens over the state line, right, when it comes to Summer's case, would go through the FBI, right?
Not well. If they take over the case, now they can assist. If there's any new evidence that they can do anything with, then they would step back in. But as far as like right now, if there's nothing, if there's no evidence of this or no evidence of a crime in her case, then they, what they just don't stand by, because it seemed like with TBI. But this is my argument with them. If Hawkins County doesn't have the funds, we don't have the funds, then give it to the damn TBI who does.
Exactly.
So
if they don't have the funds, why did they just not allow free help? They turned free help away.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess Ronnie dove and flew drones and everything himself.
So when Chris M was proving to people that he was talking to, sending information into tips into that, he showed that it was under the same case number, Summer Wells, and I don't think a lot of people caught onto that. So that would be something interesting for you to look into, Cam.
He did what?
Yeah, let me ask you a question.
He dropped that when he's sending tips and stuff in over there for the Utah case, that it is coming up under the Summer Wells case number.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
Yeah, because he's saying it's all under the same case number.
Does Tim Mullen sound like a radio personnel?
Daisy.
I just need to know.
I think he sounds like a cop.
Okay.
So
yeah, I told you. I know. I think it is. I think what we were talking about earlier is.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, look, Lady of Love knows what we're talking about.
Would he come up on a panel?
He's up here.
Yeah.
He's in chat. He's in chat. The person we're talking about.
Tim is?
No.
Username is in here.
We can't say.
Yeah, we can't say.
We're just a little suspicious of who the person is.
I want to know.
Huh?
I want to know.
Well, we just
Put it in
had
the back
somebody that
chat.
comes up here and asks
Lady
a
of Love, put it
lot
in the
of
back
questions
Okay.
about.
Look at the back.
I'll put it in the back chat.
Yeah, put it in the back chat. Look in the back chat.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the video on Friday either, where they say whether or not she was murdered. They should say if a homicide on by Friday. They should know, right, on Kiely's case.
Yeah, on Friday they should if they're going on, that time allotment. Yeah. But with Summer's case, I don't know. I'm like starting to lose hope that we're gonna even know what happened to her.
Right.
What's that clicking?
Who dropped it?
Sorry,
that's her.
That's
topic.
me.
Oh.
I have to turn my phone on silent.
They did say that they found Kiely in a
possible
light gray.
Would you say not possible?
Possibly.
Ooh.
You'll have to go back and listen. Because he was, I was being interviewed now. But it sounds like a radio host.
So Cam, what do you think? What do you think about the Kiely case and what's being said here?
I really am suspicious about the woman that was out in the kayak a few days before.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that she's linked to someone else in Placer County.
Yeah, there's something going on with that.
But the good thing is that what we learned in that last press conference is that it is being handled now by Nevada County because of where she was found. That's Nevada County lines. So Also, FBI, we were told the FBI is now looking over this case with them to make sure that they don't miss anything. So they're watching.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the FBI is involved, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that is.
Is he using,
I'm glad they took Placer County out of the picture.
Tell me if he's using one of these. Hold on.
Something funky going on there.
Is he using one of these?
What I understand is how can the sheriff and
Yo.
Did you come up here to sing, Cam? Did you come up here to sing to us?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, if he's
if
using one of these. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, this person said that he was he had a lot of subscribers at one time and a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know. He's very nice. He could be somebody not even who we know, but I have my suspicions about who it could be. Hey, Alicia.
I'll put some more info in the back.
Crazy one in the category 2. What did I win, Alicia? Did I win something? I don't know. But I think Ryan's actually going to give the Hellcat to him because he said Ryan.
If they don't, you know what they're probably going to do, because he talked about how they were able to split up money before. I think because of the Hellcat, they can't split that between the team. So I think that he would give them the money that the Hellcat he bought the Hellcat for. That he said before on his channel, and he would do either or. So it's up to AWP what they want.
Yeah.
Give me a Hellcat.
I'll take a Hellcat.
Yeah.
But really, AWP deserves that.
Why didn't Kylie answer her mom's phone call? Because her phone went dead. That's what they think. Yeah,
her phone was dead. She said her phone was dead.
Yeah.
It last pinged at 12:33 a.m.
Yeah.
This account happened that morning at 11 a.m. after that.
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly, if it turns out to be all true. But AWP does said that he confirmed that tip with the law enforcement, and they did confirm that tip. So
you won long-winded creator in Jimbo's voting game for Ocean Lover. Okay. What's that supposed to mean, Alicia?
How did Miss Daisy make that in there?
I wish I was long-winded and didn't have to have an inhaler all the time.
Okay, I'm looking
at me too. Long-winded. I guess it's where we sing and stuff over here. I don't know. Congratulations, Miss Daisy. You won the most long-winded. Thank you.
The most long-winded. 10 hours.
At least I won something. I normally don't win anything. I normally am like the one that never gets picked for nothing.
So that must be for the long lives.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what it is. Which my life has not been too long.
Your longest was what? 10 hours, right?
And I voted a lot for you. Oh, thank you, Alicia.
I might get mad at my new video I just put out.
Uh-oh.
What was it?
I just put it out like 2 seconds ago.
Oh, what's it about? Is it?
Cam, what did you do?
Hold on.
There's no telling what you've done.
Miss Daisy, check back chat. Isn't that correct?
Cam, look at back chat.
Yeah, I just shared that too there.
He did. He did read that.
So that's why we were questioning.
Hold on.
Want me to stop it or anything?
Can y'all hear it?
Oh, yeah, we heard it.
But if you guys would like to go and check out, 110 Bent Hill Road, we can definitely have a field trip there. Just let me know what you guys would like. We can go out to the water hole. We can have a tour of what we saw if you guys come into town. Just let me know, and I'm happy to make myself available. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm happy to talk to you guys about the stuff that I found. This is going to be a great event for viewers as well, because you will finally get to meet and greet
She's gonna hate me, so it'll be on in the morning.
Oh, is this the kind of bashing Betty? Oh no.
No, it wasn't. But could you not hear it?
Oh, no, I didn't pay attention. It's okay.
No, she was talking about doing field trips to Ben Hill, 110 Ben Hill.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, I'm just playing. I gotta stop. I do it just for it to be funny. Sometimes it's not anything to be mean.
It was just for funny. Okay.
But people take it that way.
No. I didn't even pay. I was looking at the chat, so I wasn't really watching it, so I didn't know if it was or not. Wait, I was reading the back chat too.
We've had bad blood for a long time, so that's probably
I know why. Okay, I gotcha.
It's all good. It's just I was really just trying to be funny. I didn't even find the clip somebody else did, and I just went along with it, and I made my little things I do. Get bored and make videos. Keeps me out of trouble.
Hey, that last video was a good one.
Which one?
The one that's got the the little sayings on it as it goes, and then
the dancing.
The Hawking County. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that one.
I had to change the music. You should see it now. It's really good.
Oh, why'd you change the music?
I had to change the song "Happy" because of Pharrell Williams, but it is very good now. Like I couldn't believe how it came out better.
Better than the first one?
Yeah, I swear.
I'll have to watch it later.
You will. Y'all will like it. And then, I mean, this is why I get mad, because look, people are like, well, they did that years ago. I don't give a shit. If you have how many 6 road cops, 12, a dozen, whatever they are in the office, jailers, whatever, a judge, a sheriff, what does that leave out in the community?
Right.
Nothing.
Right. And you've got 2 of them that were accused of SA now, or convicted of SA.
Do what?
Police officers, not of having.
Yeah, there's tons of them that are coming out of Hawkins County.
Right. Oh. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Why?
And here's what I was saying was to somebody was that, if we have all these officers that are now being convicted of SAing or owning child P, who's to say that's not why Hawkins County is sitting on this like they are?
I think they might not want to start digging down at Beach Creek because there might be more things that get uncovered that they want.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And who's to say that one of those officers are not involved with?
You want to hear a bombshell right now? I'll tell you one that I didn't tell tonight. You know who got tipped off? And I heard this from a sibling. Frank Light got tipped off by the police before they even came and got him for his child P.
Really?
He knew they were coming.
Good old boy system right there. Good old boy.
Yeah. I heard that from the person that turned him in.
And let me tell you what, Frank Light, oh my gosh, what he is have been convicted of or is horrendous. And I'll tell you all, and I'll try to be gentle about it, but it is with a child that is under 2 with barbed wire.
Oh my gosh.
Barbed wire.
Well, did you see that where Don Sherfy Jr. took a plea?
6 years.
Yep, he took a plea bargain. They said it on WJHL.
Yeah, I put it in my community. He got 6 years, which is too light for him. But he only had to plead guilty to 4 out of the
10,000, didn't he?
Yeah. He pled guilty to all the aggravated. Yeah, and I think the annul process, which is they just dismissed all the other ones. I mean, why dismiss them when they have him dead to rights on all of it? They caught him with that. I wouldn't let him plead.
I wouldn't either.
If I was a district attorney, I'd be like, look, no, I'm gonna fry you.
Yep.
Right.
I think it's like
You don't need to
Daisy
get back
said,
out to be able to do that. But you know what? If he was watching and getting that much stuff, they want to act upon that. They want to act upon it. Eventually, their lust takes over. Who's to say that he didn't drive by there and see baby Summer at the bottom of that hill? You know?
We have his dad admitting that they were down there unattended all the time.
Now,
And then, you know, his dad, you mean to tell me his dad, who's a trucker, knew where his 28-year-old son is at all points in time and knew who he was hanging? Come on.
And you all got to remember this too. Okay, so this is 2021. That is the boom. Now, I don't know what happened with Summer, okay? So
well,
this
now,
is
I asked
all
Andy B.
speculation and allegedly. But
go ahead.
But you got to remember, this is 2021. This is when real estate is booming. Interest rates are down, and you've got property on that is for sale on that road. And I'm going to tell you all now, there was property for sale on my road, and it looked like I was having an auction. There was cars parked everywhere, and I have never seen anything like it before in my life. Country property with skyrocketing, that people were coming out of the woodworks to buy up this property. People, I mean, they parked all over my property, my neighbor's property, all the way down to the end of the road. That's how, for this open house. That's how busy this was. And this was in 2021 as well. So I know that there was property that was for sale on Ben Hill Road at the same time that Summer went missing. And I'm telling you that any kind of property like that brought strangers. And I'm not just talking a few strangers either. I can guarantee you a lot of strangers.
Oh, yeah. I asked Andy B. You know, he had that call thing where you called in, and I asked him about Summer, and I asked him, did Summer go out on the road? And he said he never saw Summer out in the road, that he saw the boys, but he never did see her. And then I asked him, did he see Summer the night before she went missing? He did say that he seen her the night before and the night before that. Then he said, I said, well, do you think somebody could have come up there and got her? And he was kind of like, no, I don't believe that somebody could have went up there and got her. And then I said, do you think it's an accident? And he hesitated a little bit.
He won't answer me.
He won't answer you?
Nope, I've tried.
Well, what questions do you want Daisy to ask him?
Yeah, I'll call back in. I'll ask him.
Daisy.
I'm gonna aggravate him till he talks to me, because I've been nothing but respectful. I mean, I sent him a super chat one night and he answered that, and then he came in another chat and I said, let me ask you something, dude. So I asked him if they really did go and look for Dobbs on Fields Road. Like Jody Sue said, he said, yeah. And I said, why? And then I said, why did he have your phone number?
And then he said somebody asked him why on his live, they asked him why. And they said, well, if you were after him, why did you offer him a hotel or something?
He called him before TBI did. Andy called Dobbs before TBI called Dobbs.
Huh.
And he knew, and law enforcement knew that Dobbs was on the Ben Hill Road because of the altercation they had with Jody Sue on the 14th.
Oh,
because they told him to leave.
Andy admitted on his live to selling them marijuana. He said that's all he sold them was marijuana. But
I would bet it was more than that.
Mm-hmm. And when he got on Prayer Gardens, because Prayer Garden was giving him hell, he said that the reason why he said, what was it? She said, saw Summer's dead body. He said it was a dream. He said that was a dream he had about Summer's dead body.
What were they talking about? Sherfy's house and moving the metal.
I don't know. What was that about?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out. Prayer Garden was saying something to him, said, well, what about Christy Mock and going up there at Sherfy's and moving metal or something?
I didn't hear that part, but
moving the 10 or something like that.
I didn't hear that one.
I got it recorded. That means something to me.
Yeah.
Moving
Did you
metal.
listen to his call-in lives? Because you can call in on his live and act like you're somebody else. Did you know that?
Yeah. I mean, I got a voice changer, all that, but
Well, see, I called in. That's where that's how I talked to him. I called in and asked him. Everybody was worried about him and Jody Sue's relationship. I was like, hell, I want to know about Summer. I ain't worried about him and Jody Sue.
exactly.
Now, Cam, do you think that moving the metal is code for like making meth or something like that?
No, because they ain't supposed to know each other from the way that Sherfy talked in his interview and the way Jody. I don't know them. I don't know them. We don't know each other. Well, it sure as hell sounded like Sherfy knew a lot about Jody Sue when he came down there with Molly Golightly down and them on the road.
I bet they all know each other.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
They're neighbors. They have to know each other.
Tell he's lying in some of that
Christy Mock was, which is Sherfy. That's Mary Sexton's daughter. Mary Sexton is Don Will's stepdad's sister. Lives right behind them. Christy Mock is Mary Sexton's daughter. Mary Sexton, Christy Mock is brought up, word for word in that conversation, but I found screenshots from Facebook where Christy Mock was on Polly Bernard's Facebook on the 15th commenting about Summer. So, yeah, they know each other.
Well, and just like Tim Mullen said that he didn't know, like Robin and, well, heck, he goes to the daggone church. How does he not know her?
Well, they were supposed to be separated at the time. Like Christy Mock was going to a church and Sherfy Sr. were going to two different churches. And that's when Summer was supposed to be sleeping on Christy Mock's lap in the fourth pew back. Yeah, I was like, yeah, but you don't know her.
Cam, did you hear what Marlena said about her daughter being up there at Summers and with Summer, and that Grandma brought her daughter home, but she said that Grandma and Candace were high on pills all the time, but yet she let her daughter stay there with them, and that Summer was supposed to have been packing and going somewhere. Did you hear that on Lips's?
I didn't, but I've talked to Lips a little bit about that, and that's no lie, because this is something else I was going to talk about. It's a lot of the drug activity coming from Ben Hill came from 110. Yeah,
that's what I thought. She knew, well, according to Lips, that this girl's homeless now. This Marlena allegedly is homeless.
Her dad was Crawford that preached at that little church on White Hollow Road. Oh, Don Coat.
But you remember what Jody Sue said about the girls? That's what got me. As Jody Sue said that Andy was selling for the kids and there was girls involved. I mean, she even put that on Tiffany.
Yeah, till Chasing Truth called her ass out and made her look stupid.
Yeah.
She said that out of pure just being mad, and I can't believe that law enforcement didn't hit her with something for that.
I called TBI because she said that's why Summer was so sleepy that day. I told them, I was like, how did she know that Summer was sleepy? They already knew about it.
But you know what? I think she's referring to the video with her sleeping in the back of the vehicle that Candace put up.
Yeah.
Cam, so you talked to Lips about that, about Marlena's daughter being up there and saying that Summer was packing for somewhere. Do you think that's true?
I think Marlena's being truthful.
And if it is, where do you think she's packing to go?
I don't know, because Marlena didn't want to talk for the longest time and was trying to. There's other people that were up on that property that still haven't been talked about, and those are the ones that need to be talking, and they're not.
You're gonna push them out of the rock, out of the hidey hole?
I'm giving them. That's why I stopped tonight, because that's why I said before I keep going, I said they know they're going to be pissed, and I said they get ready because they're going to be put on Front Street.
Wow.
I know. I have tons of shit, and people ain't gonna like it.
Wow.
Well, you know what they say is, you come clean and you're going to have a clean conscience. If you don't
I've
come
had
clean,
a clean conscience. I just waited for law enforcement. I was trying not to hurt the integrity of investigation, but now if they're not going to do any investigating, then somebody needs to try.
Right.
Yeah, there's no investigation, seems like, but
somebody has to be a voice for Summer. Somebody.
You've talked to me, Christine. You know I've got a lot.
You do.
And I just tried to be, like I said, I didn't do this for, as much as I got blamed for YouTube this, YouTube that. It's like I mean, if I wanted my channel to be huge, it would be huge. It's not.
Now remember, I don't know if you remember, but are you going to talk about, I've never mentioned, you told me not to say some things. Are you going to let out with it or not?
What?
With, Fred Hill, what they said that he was doing. Making stuff.
Andy tried to say Fred Hill was lying about something.
Well, Fred, see, I've just been told from the beginning by the first missing, the Amber Alert, that Alexi Dykes that called in our live, her family is the Dykes in Beach Creek, and she told us that that's the first people the first person to blame went on was Fred Hill. They were like, my family said if it wasn't the Wells, it was somebody either going to Fred Hill's or Fred Hill. Oh. So, and we've seen how everybody cowers when his name's brought up.
Yeah. Like they're scared of him or something,
Yeah, he's just because he's one of them
crazy.
Is he crazy?
Yeah, he just don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed like
Andy, what Andy said to me made me feel like don't go up there, you'll get shot. Pretty much. When I called in, he was like, huh?
Up on Ben Hill?
Up in that area, yeah. He's like, they'll shoot you if you go up there messing around.
Yeah.
Cam didn't get shot.
No.
No.
I walk because I'm also one that does not care. I'll walk right up to your front porch. I mean, it's either do it then or do it not, or because I'll pull you. It's called pulling your card. I'll pull it.
I started telling him I ain't going to
we're bringing Cam.
Do what?
I said, if we're going up on 1010 Ben Hill, we're bringing Cam with us.
No way. Yeah. I was in Kingsport the other day, and no way. I'm not going up there. Not by myself.
Somebody in the chat said if I was taught see something, say something. We've tried. Law enforcement doesn't. Have you ever heard of? So what I told on my live tonight, if y'all missed it, what we found. One of the things we found that I've waited just to make sure that it wasn't anything important, but seeing as law enforcement, this is their excuse why they didn't go pick this up too, is he was out of town, so it took him 3 days to come get. So he's the only one that can go collect evidence,
right?
But so it was a black mat on the end of the light hauler that had one of those rugs that have roads, in like stores and stuff on, like kids play with cars on.
Yeah.
And it had two like nice sofa pillows wrapped up in it, and then like a blanket on top. It had stains all over, white stains. It was laying in the middle of the trail, and the thickest of stuff. We put flags around it and called law enforcement immediately. Well, people that's why I don't like the Brandon guy that took JLR out there. He diverted from that area and took JLR and said nobody's been out there. Well, that's why I got so mad about it, because we were out there in October and we found something, and those people, Brandon's cousins on dirt bikes, ran all over it with dirt bikes and tried to destroy it. Who does that?
Why would they do that too?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But so there's that, and then there's the campsite and then I haven't even talked about all the other cadavers and scent dog stuff. So I'm giving people time.
I knew by talking to you in the past that you know more than what you were saying. And I don't blame you for not letting it all out but I know we are getting blamed. YouTubers are getting the blame, but gosh, we found out more than they ever known.
Yeah, and then they want to say that they don't want any reports coming from YouTube or coming from Facebook theories.
Okay.
Some YouTubers are closer to the main people. Some people don't want to talk to law enforcement. You hear it from Lawson itself. People don't want to talk to them because they're scared of them.
Right.
Right.
Career criminals do not talk to the police.
Nope.
That's true. That is true. And me and Jinkies, we've seen the good old boy system in Harlan where we're from.
There's good old boy system where I'm from too.
Yeah.
100%.
So there's a lot of good old and Hawkins County, this ain't their first rodeo. Like back in 2016, Carly Trent, I remember when she went missing. Now she was closer to where I'm at, where she was closer to my side of Hawkins County, but I remember it. I remember praying for her. It went to Nancy Grace and everything. It went big. She was gone for 8 days. I know you've talked about it on your show too, Carly. So this ain't
and
their
her
first
uncle
rodeo.
took an Alford plea, which is he's not admitting guilt. That's what that means. And they look. I don't know. I want to talk to him.
Well, the thing is when they first found her, they covered it up. They didn't tell that she was SA'd because I was waiting for them to announce, that there was suspicion, but they never did. It's not until yeah.
Cam, did Claudia Trent own 110 Ben Hill Road?
Clyda Trent, it was in her name for a while. Here's something that a lot of people don't know. Did you know Clyda Trent, Mary Sexton, and Don's mom all lived in the same house in Churchill?
Yep. That's what I was just getting ready to say.
Yeah, and did you know that Kiely Trent, one of her family members' great aunts, is related to Lawson?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So,
and they found her on, wasn't it Lawson's brother's property or that they found her on?
Yeah, I haven't been able to confirm it because I don't know if they can. I've been verified everything on him, and I don't know if you can cover up his brothers and stuff like that. But I haven't been able to find it. He has a brother named Gary Lawson and a brother named Donnie Lawson. But
he's the drug.
Chillbilly's from there. Chillbilly said Ronnie's brother was one of the ones that found her.
So that's what now that was that I kind of believe it too. But listen to this. So the U.S. Marshals Missing Children's Unit was there. The feds were there. Cops were there. How come and you can hear the guys that found, which was a pastor, and you have 2 news stories that have the guys in different orders when they found it. There's supposed to be 4 guys searching their own He said, I did a TV interview on top of a mountain, and then we got a big tip in, and that's when we found her. How come they got the tip? Why didn't the feds have the tip?
Right.
What?
Like
it was a personal tip with their personal line, not the
Look where all the money went for her reward stuff.
Yeah.
It was on putting siding on houses and everything. I mean, granted, yes, I understand it's a 90-year-old woman that lived in town, but there was, when the guys were like, oh, we don't want the money, they kept talking like, read the Rogersville Review about the money issue, and they make it like they drill it in your head. They say it every paragraph. It's not about the money, not about the money, not about the money. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah. When they say it like that many times, it's about the money.
Yeah. And they put it towards so where's all these nonprofits that came forward for Carly Trent's case? That's it for Summers, because none of them have. No nonprofit. So 4 nonprofits that were local to Hawkins County came forward to help financially with law enforcement in their search for Carly. Not one of these entities have came forward to help with Hawkins County and their financial issue with Summer. So,
right.
Why do you think that is, Cam?
Because they probably don't exist. They're cover. They were probably just cover, or what did they call them?
It was on Clinch Mountain.
Yeah,
they found her.
Yeah, it was called. It's in something Valley, where they found her, and they found her up on a. So they found the road was not supposed to be accessible except for like 4-wheel drive, and they found her in a shack or a cabin. It's same kind of terrain as Summer is allegedly missing in, and but they wanted all the help for the public for Carly, but they don't want it for Summer.
For Summer, yeah. And Carly went big fast.
Christine, and he could have drove and went anywhere. Did y'all see what I found where they said that they had reports that she could have been in Ogden, Utah, or in Twin Springs, Idaho?
Summer or Carly?
Carly.
I didn't remember that. Wow.
Yeah, I did a live on that not too long back. Well, I'm like, because that's when I was going in that rabbit hole, man. I found, like, out of all the places in the United States, why Ogden, Utah?
Yeah.
And why, right outside of Fruitland, Idaho?
Wow.
That's where Monkey Vaughn's.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll share it with you. I'll find her.
So why do you think, Cam?
Because I think that there's a lot bad stuff going on around there.
Yeah.
I don't.
You think there's you think it's affiliated with a church or with a gang?
I don't know. I think that there's, I mean, I don't think it's church because it would, if it's Utah, it would be more Mormon stuff. And Don's mom came from the Mormon church. And he went to the Seventh-day Adventist. But I don't know. And I have one of my favorite people on earth, one of our mods is, she lives in Roy, Utah, where Don grew up, and she went to school with Don and all of his stepsisters, and she knows them. Lives in the same neighborhood as Sonia.
Christine, you know the mountain that the Veterans Park was at that I showed you the overlook, everybody the overlook at? That's Clinch Mountain. That's Clinch Mountain.
Okay.
That's where Carly was found, on that mountain.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
So what
does your mom think?
She, I don't know. She showed me a picture. She went and showed us video of Sonia's home, and she lives in a very big house, nice home, has a good career. And then she showed me the rest of how the family lives over there. And it doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't add up to me. Hold on 1 second. I think, okay, here I found it. I'll share this with you. Here you go. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, it says, Ogden, Utah, law enforcement have received multiple leads that suggest a missing 9-year-old girl from Rogersville, Tennessee, and her abductor may be near Utah. According to a post on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's Facebook page, Carly Marie Trent and her uncle by marriage, 57-year-old Gary Simpson, who took her from school Wednesday, May 4th under false pretenses, loaded, and or the vehicle Simpson was last seen driving may be traveling on Interstate 84 and U.S. Highway 15. They may have also been spotted in the mountain home and Idaho Falls, Idaho areas. Idaho Falls is about 179 miles and 2.5 hours from Ogden. I-84 goes through Box Elder and Weber counties. Weber counties is where Dawn's sisters took the charges out, and Box Elder is where that one case is at right now. What's his name?
Michael Bond?
No. Older. What is his name? Dylan Rounds.
Oh, wow.
But see, like, why would they say that she was there when they never left Hawkins County?
Right.
So,
but, you know, I thought it was weird too that they never told what happened to her. Like, they never told that there were SA charges against him. It's not until I looked up that he had SA charges against him. Her uncle.
The doctor does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, the doctor does?
The
Yeah,
doctor,
that's the
yeah.
pediatrician.
Huh?
Yeah, he was charged with 2 counts of SA against 2 teenage boys after.
Yep.
So much SA in this surrounding this case.
Yeah.
All the neighbors. Oh my goodness.
Look at the last name, Gary Simpson. What that Simpson Road right behind on Ben Hill.
Oh yeah.
Wow. He was a creepy looking thing.
He is, but you know what? This is what I've been wondering. Me and Allie had talked about this. I don't know. That's why I'd like to talk to him. But just hypothetically, he had custody of her for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
Her dad was in and out of prison because he'd been in trouble a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He had just got custody. I'm wondering, what if it wasn't? What if he thought he was losing his daughter, lost custody of like a daughter? You know, because he did not plead guilty to any of that. He said he took an Alford plea and said, I will not plead guilty.
So I wonder, did they have evidence of SA? Did the little girl?
I don't know.
16 now. She's like 16.
I'd like to, you know, where she's still a minor, but I'd like to try to. I wonder where he's being held. I might try to find out and see if I can get an interview with him.
Right. I know I've seen that he got what, 25 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I remember when it happened. If I'm not mistaken, I got an Amber Alert on her.
Yeah.
I can't remember though, because it's been a long time, but
isn't the similarities too of her, what she looked like?
Yeah. And you think that with this and it went high profile, it was on Nancy Grace and everything. This ain't Hawkins' first rodeo.
No.
So you think they would have handled it a lot better?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Why not handle the case where it worked when you had the public's help? Why not do it the same way?
Exactly.
Right.
Instead of your first press conference saying, we don't need the public's help.
Right. That don't make a bit of sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Andy did say that they searched his property.
Mm-hmm.
He did say that because a lot of people said that they didn't search his property.
Yeah, after they got Polly Bernard's permission.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because they didn't let them search when it was just
they denied it.
They
denied
it. Yep.
Tam, do you think Jody Sue's involved?
I think that she likes to see people in torment.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she thrives off of that, and I think that I wouldn't put it past her to be somebody who could stand back from a distance and operate and make, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they haven't brought her in and talked to her after the things she said.
That's because she's an informant. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah, she is. It's 100%. I read my text messages from her too the other day. And because see, I'd never met her face to face. First time I was ever on Ben Hill was September the 4th, and I had my days mixed up back then. And she went with a lie saying I was out and about in there in August, and and Allie caught me because I'm bad with days, and she tried to say, "Yep, it was partying up there at the Whales on August," and I was like, "Yeah, it's funny because I was never ever up there till September 4th, and you got evicted on the 6th." And
read back chat.
She said, "Okay," and she said that, yeah, both.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured so.
Well, she posts that stuff all over the place. And
Yeah.
Andy said she was an atheist. That's what Andy said.
You ever heard of an atheist in a foxhole?
Well, who else goes? Who
What
else
is
goes for meetings in the woods?
When the bullets start flying in war, and like when the end of the world happens, you'll see every atheist. They'll be praying in their little hole.
Mm-hmm.
As for the atheist in a foxhole, and I don't want to be beside Jody Sue when it happens, because
No.
look, look, you said my prayers didn't help nothing, so you just go on over there and pray.
Yeah.
Every knee will bow, they said.
That's right.
In the Bible.
Yeah, except for Jody Sue, she thinks.
Buddy, she throwed a tantrum when Andy was on there that night.
She was a scorned woman. That's for sure.
A fit. She does not want Andy around that girl.
But you know what? Scorned women drop truth bombs too. They do. They get frustrated and just blast it all out.
Sam, did you hear when she said that about the girls? Did you hear that audio?
Yeah, I heard it, and I was like, for sure that law enforcement will be out there.
Yeah. They didn't.
I mean, if anything, you should. I mean, this is an active investigation. I'd be like, listen, I will charge you. If I was the cop, I'd be like, I will charge you with obstruction for everything you've got caught. Because it's like, she sits over there on her channel and she gets, and I don't see how people, she gets called out on her own crap by her own words. And she's like, oh, they just clip and grab. So when I make videos of her, I play long clips so that you know all the context.
Right.
Because I'm like, oh, you ain't pulling that crap on me. This is what you said. This is what you meant. And this is where you lied.
Well, Andy's new woman's name's Toilet Water. I learned that code word.
No.
She does do a lot of backtracking.
And code words.
She's lied multiple times about stuff.
Yeah, she's been caught in a lot of lies.
And
I can't understand her.
that should be hurting an investigation or
especially what she said.
Yeah, all of it. Like her saying that there's the big one. I mean, she was trying, she got caught in the big one saying that, well, Andy, Don, and Law all showed up at the end of Ben Hill at 6:30.
Yes.
Well, how could that be the case if the call didn't go in until 6:23?
Right.
So you're telling me that Law, because we know from being out there, I was out there when the cops got called, and it took them every bit of 45 minutes to get out there.
Oh,
I searched out there for 5 months and never saw a cop out there one time. Not one time.
I don't understand it. They should have arrested her for what she said on her live.
They should, but and that's weird. I believe that I don't see what I guess strategic game they have using an informant to sit in line and call everybody else grifters when she's the one that's grifting the most.
Yeah. She really is.
So it's what she does, and that's why she got mad when Andy.
Cam, Jacqueline in the chat is asking, Cam, is impeding with an investigation a felony?
Yes, it should be. It depends on what state.
Yeah.
Obstruction of justice is a misdemeanor, I think, but it also
depends on how and to what extent.
Y'all want to hear what she said on her live? I'll play it.
Daisy.
Right here. On
Like, I got it locked and loaded. You want to hear it?
She's got interesting tidbits too.
I can pull it up. Here we go.
I can't understand her half the time, guys. I can't even watch her because I don't understand the daggone
So-
thing she's saying.
Christine, I couldn't either, but the only way I can understand her is if I put her video on 1.5 speed. 1.5 speed, then you can understand her and turn your volume all the way up because
I got it right
for some
here.
reason her speaker is not very loud.
So,
Yeah.
2017 Tennessee Code, Title 39, Criminal Offenses, Chapter 16, Offenses against Administration of Government, Part 6, Obstruction of Justice, or resisting stop, frisk, halt, arrest, or search, prevention, or obstruction of service of legal writ or process is an offense for a person to intentionally prevent or obstruct anyone known to the person to be a law enforcement officer or anyone acting in a law enforcement officer's presence and at the officer's direction from effecting a stop, frisk, halt, arrest, or search of any person, including the defendant, by using force against the law enforcement officer or another, except as in 39-11-611, it is no defense to prosecution under the section that the stop, frisk, halt, arrest, or search was unlawful. It is an offense for a person to intentionally prevent or obstruct an officer or of the state or any other person known to be a civil process server in serving or attempting to serve or execute any legal writ of process. And the last part says a violation of this section is a Class B misdemeanor unless the defendant uses a deadly weapon to resist the stop, frisk, halt, arrest, search, or process server, in which event the violation is a Class A misdemeanor.
Okay.
Tennessee's light.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. I'm gonna play it.
To be sedated and to be touched with the shit he was selling over there. Go ask.
Go ask him.
Because I have fucking questions.
And you got answers that we all need.
Standing in front of everyone.
Andy Bernard.
Here we go.
We
Who's
wanna know.
going to say it? She pauses, you all.
Yeah. And
Not
I found
her.
out a few days before all the shit went down. I'm not kidding, dude. And I got the fucking receipts on it. And I'm sure law enforcement does as well.
Nope.
She's always got receipts.
I want to see these receipts.
They go like this.
They're one-sided conversations.
Catch it.
You know, Summer was also being abused, and he hid it from everybody, including me. And he was very much selling drugs to the children at 110 and to Candace for those children. Now, what all that was, I don't know.
You do know.
But I do
But
know.
how does she know? How does she know that,
Very
though?
much
If
think
she
that
doesn't
that's
know, how
all.
does she know?
And what was happening to other little girls over there. And I very much do think that it could be part
pause
of
that a second.
why Summer looks so asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that has that kind of information for the whole time of this investigation would never, first and foremost, come out and say that the parents were innocent like she did.
Right.
Yeah, that's what she was
absolutely.
spilling. That's all she was spilling the whole time at first was that Candace was really upset and she didn't think they were guilty.
Hello, Toaster Oven.
But
Right.
now she's saying that they've been abused and drugged and touched.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is it? Which is it, Jody Sue? Which is it?
Any other state, I think the law would have ended up at her door the next day.
Right. And so in
They
her
knew
own
about it,
words,
'cause I called them. Hello, Tracy.
in her own words, you know, they both did wrong, but she obviously was protecting more than her ex.
Mm-hmm. Hello,
Yeah.
barbecue time.
That's what I was saying. If you knew anything of this was going on and you did not stop it or report it, you're just as guilty.
Yep.
I've seen her son's Facebook, and she said that her son was acting out, and so like there's a lot there.
Her
There's
son
a
was
lot.
acting out.
Do you think her son's involved?
I think that I do.
I
I
think they're
do.
all involved, actually.
Tell me what 19-year-old boy that knows the woods and hunts every day doesn't go out in a search and help search for a missing 5-year-old that knows the woods better than anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Hello, Prayer Garden.
None of them really searched. Besides Jody Sue walking through the creek.
Yeah. I think that camp was Boogie's camp.
Probably.
That's what I think.
Well, she talks about always having these secret meetings in the woods. I want to know what that's about.
Yeah. Jody Sue,
Yeah,
we
I
got
think
questions.
you're live.
You got
Tupperware
questions for
parties.
Andy? We got questions for you.
I didn't get a chance to watch your live. What was it about? Like, was you upset about something, or?
I had a Tupperware party on mine.
Huh?
I see. They said, "What would Jody Sue be doing in the woods?" I said, "Having Tupperware parties."
Oh no. Was you just telling about your stress with Hawkins County?
No, he dropped some bombshells.
Hey, you talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's asking about your live you put up, what it was about.
I missed it. I didn't even watch it.
It wasn't too long. And I'm doing part 2 tomorrow night, tomorrow night. I just let out. I'm just talking about stuff I've never talked about before. I'm putting some people in the
Wow,
hot
I'll have to go
seat.
back and watch it.
Yeah.
Are you going to say about what I just texted you?
Yeah, because I don't know 100%, but I mean, it was a theory.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Andy said it was supposed to be something else besides the KKK meeting. I don't believe it.
Oh yeah, Mystic Firefly. I'm Nick Sherfy. Didn't you know?
Whatever. You don't even look like him.
Did someone say that?
Oh yeah, Jody Sue and Doohickey have tried to push that for a while.
Oh my gosh. You don't even look like
They said my facial recognition software was a 97.9% match.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Well, didn't she also say that somebody was recording her?
Hello,
at
Miss
nighttime
Daisy.
and just made it all the- Hi, Prayer Garden.
Hello, Prayer
How you
Garden.
doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
Okay?
We're doing good. How about you?
I'm doing better, much better.
Good. We were worried
You
about
had
you.
COVID?
I don't know what I had, but it was bad.
I bet you
It sounds
did.
like COVID.
Had me
Yeah.
sick as hell.
Well, I'm glad you're doing
Anyway,
better.
I just wanted to step up because he said that why would Jody Sue say that Candace was innocent at the beginning? Well, it's because they were conspiring together. I mean, why did
That's
Candace?
not why I said that. I said nobody that would say that Andy was selling that to those girls and everything. Nobody that had that kind of information from the beginning would ever say, unless it was something like what you're saying, conspiring.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to come up here and clarify is absolutely they were conspiring together because Candace felt that she had some right to ask Jody Sue to change her story. I mean, if they weren't conspiring, then why the hell she wouldn't even know what Jody Sue's telling police, right? Let alone be able to call her and ask her to change it up.
That's true.
They were taking pictures of each other's
boo-boos.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with you when you say, when you said there's no way in hell she could be down there at 6 o'clock looking for Summer because Donald wasn't even called till 6:09, and law enforcement wasn't called till 6:20 something, almost 6:30, and Donald was still at work, and he's the one that was the first to call into law enforcement. Then Candace followed him, calling in, and hell, he didn't even get home until closer to 8 o'clock. And Jody Sue said Andy was following right behind him as they came in, right?
Yeah.
So that's bullshit. There's no way in hell they were there sooner than that.
When she got called out on that, she said this is her cover story. I did a live on this one because she was like, she said, well, you know, you got to learn, you got to know how to drive these roads. And he didn't take the way that they're saying he took. He took, I know the way. And I'm like, shut up, Jody. So, I mean, like, so you're saying that he freaking, I guess, what's it called when somebody warps? They warp from here to there. I guess Don Wells knows secret warp tunnels.